Fantastic Cinnamon Club. It's Vivek Singh. Good to have on the show.
Good to be here, James.
Great that you're here. Now, this dish.
Yep.
Intriguing ingredients, first of all.
Yes.
Some of which that people haven't probably seen before, but this obviously they have.
Yeah, partridges, of course, quintessentially British. Fantastic in season, and it's a great game to work with. But it's the spicing and the flavouring which is quite unique. This is a recipe which has been inspired by the nomadic tribes of northwest frontier cuisine in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So in the days, I mean, obviously, there's no game anymore. There's no hunting anymore in that part of the world.
Do you think that's because of the British?
That's because of my forefathers, really.
Is it?
I'm from the Rajput families, the warrior princes who just go out and indiscriminately hunt and shoot, and we've left nothing there.
All right.
And now I'm here. Okay. To make sure there's nothing left in Britain.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the partridge. So we've got partridge, and then what else have we got in here? Some of the ingredients. This cheese. This is for you, Catherine.
Catherine. We'll do a little paneer cheese, grilled paneer cheese on the side for you because you're a vegetarian, and we'll serve it with the quinoa as we said earlier.
Okay.
The partridge itself, I'm going to marinate it in ginger and garlic paste, yogurt, peanuts, dried mango and cumin, malt vinegar and salt.
Okay, now you're going to get on with that. I'll chop the onions and the tomatoes and bits and pieces. Now we're going to serve that with quinoa as well, which is something that people become it's kind of one of those trendy ingredients that people sort of stay clear of. Then they hear about it but think, I don't know what to do with it, which is this stuff here.
It is incredible. I mean, I only came across this less than a year ago, and I thought I knew a lot about food. And considering that quinoa has been going on, I mean, it's been around for 6,000 years. The Incas actually consider it the mother of all grains.
Never tried it.
There's also the spelling which is confusing, because actually if you pronounce it probably it's quinoa, isn't it?
Quinoa. It's kind of a weird... Yeah, it's available. You can get it in the supermarket, so it is around. Yeah. But the secret is to soak it, isn't it, really?
The secret is to soak it in so that it gets rid of the saponins and the slight bitterness that it may have otherwise. But, you just soak it, and it's quite simple. If you soak it long enough, it kind of germinates in 2 to 4 hours, which is great.
But then you've got to boil it, though, don't you?
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to. If you're going to have it just as a salad, in a cold salad or something, you don't need to boil it.
There you go. Right, you've got the... You use the scissors for that, because it's much easier. Yeah.
The shears, poultry shears, is really good for this.
Right, and now this is the dressing. This is the dressing with the partridge, but also with the cheese as well that we're going to put in there. So explain to us what's in there, because it's yogurt-based, yeah? Yes,
it is. It's predominantly yogurt and ginger garlic paste. Traditionally, very effective way to prevent the meat from going dry, and the marinades kind of work really well. Because otherwise, in the intense heat of the tandoor, if you put something straight up, it's very likely that you'll end up burning it in no time.
Right.
Because the yogurt not only flavours it, because that acid and breaks down the meat, but it protects the outside flesh.
Yes.
So you can use it for fish and stuff as well, huh?
Yep. Absolutely.
But it's something that it's not just with meat, but you can do this with fish as well. I've seen it.
With most of the tandoori marinades actually do take yogurt in them.
Yeah.
So, and it's essentially a tenderizer.
Now, I won't point this out because they've got the floor manager. Where's he gone? The floor manager was running around all over the place because we got dropped a chili on the floor. But anyway, shan't embarrass him.
Yeah, we got a bit of peanut in there now.
We carry on regardless. Carry on. Right. So plenty of ginger. Yeah.
Ginger and garlic paste, peanuts, cumin, malt vinegar, salt, sugar. It's just a really nice marinade, and it tenderizes, flavors, and protects the meat all at the same time.
And peanuts, are they sort of like normal in your sort of cooking?
Yes, they are very, very normal. Yeah, we use peanuts in various different forms. We use some chicken sauces to add texture, as I'm going to do now in this dish. I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable.
Because I've had something similar to this with monkfish, and the yogurt really does make an amazing dressing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and adds acidity and just
now, you mentioned the tandoor oven. Is that because you're always busy, not just in this restaurant, but you're opening another restaurant?
I am, actually. I am indeed opening up another restaurant in Liverpool Street in a couple of weeks' time.
Right. 12th of November. Particularly, this is the tandoor thing that makes it special.
One of the features about the restaurant is that it has a tandoor grill and bar in the centre of the restaurant.
Right.
Which... So really, can I just ask you to marinate that for me and put it on skewers? And I'm going to use my fingers and hands to just smear the partridges.
And this is like the centerpiece of the restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's just to encourage interaction, and pretty much it's so flexible as a concept that guests can come in and pretty much create their own bespoke dining experience. And that's something we're very, very excited about.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something which is missing or lacking in the space that we operate in.
Okay, I've got that one. Now, in there, you also, people have just missed that. You've crushed up the peanuts in there?
Yes.
So just nicely
There's some crushed
crushed
peanuts
up?
from the mortar and pestle that have just gone into it.
What's the idea of yogurt and cheese?
Yogurt and cheese.
Well, you got cheese, but you got yogurt on the outside. Again, is that to protect it and give it a coating, like a crispy coating?
It is actually flavouring it, because the cheese itself, paneer cheese on its own, is quite bland.
Right.
It's a bit like cheddar, but doesn't melt.
Right.
Yeah.
So Indian
So it's just
cheddar.
bland. There you go. This is the first dish. She's just come on. You know, right. Okay. There we go. I've got my cheese here. And then, what we do? Bake this in the oven.
Yeah, bake this in the oven for a few minutes, and then we'll finish it off in the. I'll just drizzle a bit of.
This has been here for how long? Roughly in the oven.
It's been in the oven
10
for about
minutes?
5 minutes.
There you go. That goes in the oven, and then put it under the grill now. Remember, if you'd like to ask chance to ask a question on the show, you can do that by calling this number. That's 08716 41 41 41. Calls cost £6 a minute from BT Landline. Mobiles and other networks may vary, and a few of you to put your questions to us live a little later on. Also, as a special treat today, Vivek will be sticking around after the show to do a live web chat. Our web address is bbc.co.uk/food, so you can put all your questions about quinoa all to that man. Right, this goes on the grill with the cheese. I'm going to turn that up a bit. There you go, that's that one. Keep my eye on it. So that goes on the grill. Yeah. Right, now,
we'll get on
this
with
is the quinoa
now.
Right.
Quinoa.
Okay.
So just a tiny bit of red chilies, dried red chilies, and you know, they just release their flavors into the oil.
These curry leaves.
Yeah, the scurry leaves and mustard seeds, which are pretty much.
Now, I was watching your dish the last time you were on, and I tried it at home, and I made a complete mess of it, to be honest.
Well, that was.
Why was that?
It's me, I think. Because it is one thing about Indian food. It fascinates me because they just seem to just throw. There's loads of different things in there, but you can never try and replicate it when it's.
You know, I have an idea. If you gotta try and replicate these things.
Buy your book.
Buy the new book, yeah. I just come up with a book which combines the best of curry, so classic and contemporary all together. So you find dishes like partridges and game, and which otherwise you wouldn't come across in curry books.
But why do you think that people expect a recipe to work the first time, but yet a concert pianist plays a piece of music and will always make mistakes? Why can't you just? You've got to keep on cooking different recipes and play with it and get your own feel for it, don't you?
Trust me, it tasted that bad I just gave up. It's much cheaper to go to his restaurant. But anyway, we've got the tomatoes in here as well. You just want these finely chopped up?
Just finely chopped up. I've got the curry leaves, mustard seeds, onions, all going in.
Now the quinoa itself, over there, we've cooked that in just a little bit of boiling salted water or no salt?
Boiling salted water for 12 to 15 minutes. The only thing to take care with quinoa is you like it, you enjoy it a lot more when you cook it al dente, like a risotto would.
Okay.
There's no point cooking it completely.
And coriander going in there too. I'm going to take out your partridge.
Yeah.
Because this is ready. So you can finish it off under the grill to keep it nice and coloured.
So why are you not using the leaves?
I like the flavour of stem. I think it's much more intense and it adds a nice texture.
Well, you can also cook the stalks, can't you? With the leaves actually.
You can, and the leaves are essentially just to finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we got this.
Looking good? Right. And then we've got the quinoa in here. But like you say, you can have this cold pot.
Yeah.
Pour that through it.
That'll be plenty.
That'll be plenty. So do you think it's one ingredient that people should try, though, I think, this quinoa. People often sort of a bit wary of it, but like I said, you can get it in supermarkets. It is around.
It's like couscous, though, isn't it? You treat it the same way as couscous.
You cook it exactly the same way as you would cook couscous or semolina. I mean, there's a traditional southern Indian dish called a semolina upma, which is what this is derived from. And the textures and the flavours just work wonderfully with it.
There you go. You pop it on the plate now.
Yeah.
There you go. And then I'll grab our cheese for Catherine. Now, I know, Catherine, you're not a big fan of spicy food before you sing, is that right?
I love spicy food, but I just can't have it the night before I'm singing.
Are you singing tomorrow?
No.
Oh, it's good. Okay. Thought that combined with bland cheese, I think she'd walk, but then we...
Yes.
That's hot.
That's because it's been in the oven. Oh. It's called cooking, James.
There you go. Bit of that. A few bits of coriander. You happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of that over the top. So Vivek, remind us what that dish is again?
It's char grilled partridge with peanuts and dried mango, served with a curry leaf and tomato quinoa.
And the cheese.
And that is the paneer cheese, which has been char grilled with peanuts and dried mangoes exactly the same way.
Easy as that. The man's a genius. He's a genius, but he makes more mess than anybody else on Saturday Kitchen. But there we go. Right, over here. Right, now, Catherine, you can dive into that one. See what you think of that. And then, guys, you get the partridge. Dive in. Tell us what you think.
It smells fantastic.
Now, you never tried this before.
No.
Didn't bode well at the start with the bland cheese business, but... Tell us what you think of that. As well, if people can't get partridge and bits and pieces, a little bit of chicken you could work
Chicken or guinea fowl. Yeah. Guinea fowl is actually better than chicken, I'd recommend.
Really, really good.
Is it okay?
It's lovely.
Happy? Partridge is fantastic, and that marinade really does help it.
But they're cooked perfectly, like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes in the oven and a couple of minutes on the grill.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Right, as usual, we need some wine to go with this. This week, we sent our wine expert, Ollie Smith, to Hertfordshire this week to pick up the wines to match the food cooked in the studio. So what did he find to go with Vivek's partridge?